hello, come in. Oh, nice to see you again. You come at a rare moment when the study is comparatively tidy. Take a look at this. You can see the floor. Over on my desk here, I've got various, actually, of my own books out, because the reason why the study is tidy is that, to my surprise, Christianity Today is apparently going to do a feature on me, and they sent a photographer up from London to take photos, so I thought, well, I must at least make a path on the floor for her. And she insisted on getting my various books out. But she also insisted on my smoking my pipe, which was nice, because I thought I'd have to ask permission. I've just poured myself, this is Bushmills, Black Bush, the bottle's over there. I'm just back from Northern Ireland. I flew into Belfast and then went on to Coleraine. I was at the University of Ulster. I was at the University of Ulster for a conference on C.S. Lewis, who was, of course, an Ulsterman. And anyway, I'm back. And what I thought would be nice to do today is I'd like to... I don't think I've ever read this poet to you in all your visits to my library. And it's high time I did, because he's one of the great 20th century poets. There's a chap called Charles Causley. And he was, he should have been poet laureate, really. This is his collected poems. He's a remarkable man. He was a Cornishman. And his father was of that generation where parents were still in service. His father was a groom, you know, handling horses, and his mother was in domestic service, you know. And he went to primary school and then secondary, but left at 16. And then was in the Navy in the Second World War and saw battle and action all over the place. And partly, I think, because of the Navy and the tradition of sort of ballads and songs and that, he began to write ballads. And he became first known writing these really moving ballads about the war and those who died and so on. But he came back to Cornwall. He went on a government scheme that allowed him to train as a teacher and went back to his old school and spent pretty much his life teaching primary school, but gradually became a sort of world-renowned poet while he was about it. And I want to read you a couple of poems of his. I like Causley. I think his experience in the Navy and in school meant that he never became very sort of recherche and highfalutin. He's a very profound poet, but his poems are accessible, and they also use metre and rhyme. And I've been looking at Causley again because he is a master of taking the old ballad forms and making them new, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do in my Arthurian poetry. Anyway, I thought I'd read you two. A later one first, and then an earlier ballad that I particularly love. The first one isn't a ballad. It's a really moving poem called Eden Rock. There's always a numinous or spiritual edge to a lot of what he does, although it's never that explicit. Anyway, if you want, he can do full rhyme beautifully, but if you want to hear the sheer subdued push and power of half rhyme, especially half rhyme that's held back as half rhyme until at the very end of the poem you get a full rhyme, then this is the poem that does it. I mean, just to show you what I mean, but half rhyme. You'll see it goes sort of rock, suit, jack, feet. So rock and jack are doing something, suit and feet are doing something, dress, grass, hat, light. But you don't notice it at first, but it really adds to the poetry. I think this is one of the great visionary poems. It's called Eden Rock. They are waiting for me somewhere beyond Eden Rock. My father, 25, in the same suit of genuine Irish tweed, his terrier Jack still 2 years old and trembling at his feet. My mother, 23, in a sprigged dress drawn at the waist, ribbon in her straw hat, has spread the stiff white cloth over the grass. Her hair, the colour of wheat, takes on the light. She pours tea from a thermos, the milk straight from an old HP sauce bottle, a screw of paper for a cork, slowly sets out the same 3 plates, the tin cups painted blue. The sky whitens, as if lit by 3 suns. My mother shades her eyes and looks my way over the drifted stream. My father spins a stone along the water. Leisurely, they beckon to me from the other bank. I hear them call. See where the stream path is? Crossing is not as hard as you might think.